Today, we are going to solve two elapsed time problems using different methods. Measurements are useful because they help us answer how long, how far, how heavy, and how much. Time is different from most other measurable objects because it cannot be seen or felt. Elapsed time problems involve determining time intervals between a start time and an end time. It can be challenging because it's hard to decide what to do first. You might encounter issues with the AM and PM, and you might get confused with noon and midnight, or you might have challenges recording and keeping track of your problem-solving process. Well, elapsed time problems generally have a start time, an elapsed time, and an end time. Problems may differ in which component you are asked to find. A major reason why time poses a challenge for y'all is that time is a non-base 10 measure. In base 10, we're smaller units and groupings of 10 make larger units. For example, 10 ones make 110, and 10 tens make 100, and 10 hundreds make 1,000, etc. With time, smaller units are grouped by 60 instead of 10. For example, 60 seconds make 1 minute, and 60 minutes make 1 hour. A useful strategy for y'all to understand the time system is the Make 60 approach. So our question asks, suppose that it is 10:45 p.m. How many minutes until it is 3:30 a.m.? Well, we'll start with 10:45. And the easiest thing for us to do is find the hour that it's closest to. So the hour that it's closest to is 11 p.m. And we added 15 minutes to get to 11 p.m. Well, from 11 p.m., we can jump all the way to 3 a.m., and that's 4 hours. And the reason why I jumped from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. and it was only 4 hours is because when it hits 12, it automatically starts all back over to 1 o'clock. So when 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Now from 3 a.m., we can go to our end time, which is 3:30 a.m. And we added 30 minutes to that. Okay, so now we can add all of our hours and minutes up to see how many minutes has passed. So let's add 30 minutes plus 15 minutes. That equals 45 minutes. Now we have 4 hours. So 4 hours, well, let's think about that. How many minutes are in an hour? 60. And if there's 4 hours, then we're going to have to multiply that by what to get our total number of minutes? Right, 60. So 60 times 4 is 240 minutes. Now we can add these two together to get 5, 8, 2. So 285 minutes have passed from 10:45 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. A useful approach for solving elapsed time problems are timelines. This is very similar to adding and subtracting on a number line. This approach can provide y'all with a visual representation of time. Our problem asks, school begins at 9:15 a.m. You get out of school at 2:45 p.m. How much time will it be until you get out of school? In this problem, we are given a start time and an end time. We are asked to find the elapsed time. To solve this problem, we need to find the duration of time from the start time to the end time. This amount of time will give us the unknown elapsed time. So first, we're going to have to draw an empty timeline. And then we mark the start time, the end time, and noon. So we draw a line and then we label the start time, which in our start time is 9:15 a.m. Noon we'll put right here, and that's 12 p.m. And then our end time can go over here at the end, and our end time is 2:45 p.m. So starting at the start time, we apply the Make 60 approach to find the size of the jump that will get you to the nearest hour. So the size of the jump that will get us to the nearest hour, well, first we need to figure out what the nearest hour is. So 9:15, the nearest hour to that is 10 o'clock a.m. So let's label that 10 o'clock a.m. And the size of this jump is 45 minutes. Now, we need to skip count by hours until we reach 12 o'clock. So we'll go 1 hour, and that equals 11 o'clock a.m. And then we'll go another hour, and there we are at noon. So we skip counted 1 hour right here, and then we skip counted another hour right here. Now, we need to skip count until we hit the hour nearest to the end time, but not past it. So before we skip count, let's look at our end time. So it's 2:45 p.m. What's the nearest hour to this end time, but it isn't passing it? So the nearest hour to this end time that's not passing it is 2 o'clock p.m. So now that we have that, we can skip count this by hours again. So we're at noon right now. So 12 p.m. we skip count 1 hour, and that's 1 o'clock p.m. We'll skip count another hour to 2 o'clock p.m. So now we find the size of the jump that will get us to the end time. So if we jump from 2 o'clock to 2:45 p.m., we jumped 45 minutes. Now, to find the total elapsed time, we then add all the jump sizes. So first, let's add all the hours. So we know that there's 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours. So let's put all of these equals 4 hours. Now, our minutes. We have 45 minutes here and 45 minutes here. Let's put that down here. So 45 minutes plus 45 minutes. Well, we know that there are 60 minutes in an hour. So if we have 45 minutes, we know that it will take 15 more minutes to make an hour. So we'll take 15 minutes out of here and put it over here. So that's 60, which is 1 hour. Now, if we took 15 minutes from here and subtracted it, it would be 30 minutes. So now that we figured out that 45 minutes plus 45 minutes equals an hour and 30 minutes, we'll add that to our 4 hours. So 4 hours plus 1 hour and 30 minutes, that equals 5 hours and 30 minutes. So we use the timeline to solve an elapsed problem by skip counting the numbers until we reached our end time.